The president's press secretary, Sean Spicer, stood his ground during his first briefing today, and he made an impassioned plea for the media to be fair. Here is Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen.
In his first White House briefing, President Trump's press secretary defended his excoriation of the news media over the weekend for their reporting on the size of the inaugural crowd and other issues, saying the real issue is a perceived pattern of hostile coverage.
There is this constant theme to undercut the enormous support that he has. And I think it's just unbelievably frustrating when you're continually told it's not big enough, it's not good enough, you can't win.
Spicer stood by his claim that the inaugural was the most watched ever, counting in-person and electronic viewership. He told reporters he will never intentionally lie from the podium, even as he acknowledged having passed along subway ridership figures provided by the inaugural committee that proved erroneous. In all, Spicer's tone was far more ingratiating than on Saturday, when he sharply criticized a Time reporter for an erroneous report, later corrected, alleging that the president had removed a bust of Martin Luther King that remains in the Oval Office.
This was irresponsible and reckless.
Spicer also took the media to task for their depictions of the inaugural crowd.
Photographs of the inaugural proceedings were intentionally framed in a way, in one particular tweet, to minimize the enormous support that had gathered on the National Mall.
On Sunday, journalists across the spectrum voiced dismay at Spicer's performance. The New York Times' Benjamin Applebaum tweeted, "This is not a political campaign. It is not a game. This is now the White House lying to the American people." For their part, Spicer's colleagues defended their decision to focus so soon after a largely successful inaugural on media bias.
Are you saying there's a conspiracy here?
I'm saying there's an obsession by the media to delegitimize this president. And we are not going to sit around and let it happen.
It undermines the credibility of the entire White House press office on day one.
Don't be so overly dramatic about it, Chuck. You're saying it's a falsehood, and they're giving Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that.
Fueling the fire was the president's own visit on Saturday to CIA headquarters, where Mr. Trump, too, disputed inaugural crowd estimates and made clear his beef with reporters did not end with the campaign.
That, as you know, I have a running war with the media. They are among the most dishonest human beings on earth.
While rebuking Chuck Todd for being overly dramatic, the White House also appears to have taken a suggestion of his, namely the creation of 4 so-called Skype seats, through which reporters from outlets outside the Beltway will be able to pose questions during the daily briefings. Brett.
James, thank you.